Hey guys, just popping in for a quick second before this video to let you guys know that there will be links in the description for any information in regards to what's going on in Palestine right now. All of the links will be more information about it if for some reason you don't know, or if you would like to help in the aid that goes towards Palestine and Palestinians. Okay, that is all. Bye-bye. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and today I'm doing a really exciting video. I'm going to be giving book recs for every track on 1989. In celebration for Taylor Swift dropping her version of 1989, I have decided to do a book recs video for every song off of the original album. As of the time I'm recording this, I have not listened to Taylor's version, okay? So I'll do that right after this video. But because of that, I haven't listened to the extra tracks, the vault tracks. So I don't have any recommendations for those today. These are just for the original songs off of the album that came out in like 2014, okay? It's not like my favorite Taylor album, but it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite Taylor era. 1989 is such a fun era. I look back on it and I remember it being like so much fun. Every single was a smash hit. Every music video was eating. Oh, what a time to be alive. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, some of these books I have talked about in previous videos, so you might be able to recognize a few. So first book recommendation is for the first song on 1989, Welcome to New York. I have to recommend Blackout by Danielle Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. I think I recommended this in my last video for my fall recommendations, but this one for this song makes so much sense because the story is basically about 6 different couples that have to deal with a blackout in New York. And it's an anthology, so every single couple is going through a different thing in a different area in New York, and it's just really, really good, okay? Like, it gives you the New York vibe. Last chapter of this book really gives the vibes of this song about how New York is such like a magical place with good vibes, good spirits. Yeah, Blackout by all the authors I mentioned before. I'm not gonna repeat their names because that sounds like a lot of work. Really, really good. Love this book. Now, next song we know is kind of sort of a pop classic. Like, there's no need to even introduce her really. Blank Space. For this one, I was thinking really hard because this song is basically about Taylor kind of embracing the stigma that has been put upon her, which is like she's boy crazy, can't keep a man, drives the men that she is with insane. And so the only book I could think of with a woman this outrageously insane yet hilarious is Evelyn Hugo from The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Wow. Okay. If you guys know, you know. Like, this book is really popular to the point where, like, I feel like I don't even need to explain it because I feel like everyone and their mothers have heard of this book at one point in time. But The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about Evelyn Hugo. She is, at the start of the book, an up-and-coming actress, okay? Like, she has always wanted to act and make a name for herself. And throughout the book, you see her life in the stages of husbands. Because she's had 7 husbands throughout her life, there is kind of like an rumor amongst people that she is boy crazy. She can't keep a man. She ends up driving them away eventually. And I think this song, Blank Space, and this book goes hand in hand. You really see how like the media coverage of Evelyn Hugo really ended up messing up her like mental state and she ended up just playing into it at some point. She ended up just like embracing the fact that people think that she's insane and boy crazy, yet also like being very secretive about her life. She just lets the people, the world, think she's like that, but she's not really. The book 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is really good and it fits the vibe of this song perfectly. Next book is one that I recently read back in, I think, August. The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. This is my recommendation for the song Style. Another pop classic, one of my favorite songs of hers. It's just too excellent. It's too excellent. The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. This song, it's like such a retro vibe and it gives me like situationship vibes, okay? Where like every time 2 people end up meeting each other, they meet each other constantly throughout their lives and they always end up finding their way back together, even if they know it's not a good idea. That's what style is. That's the vibe it gives me. And that's exactly what The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan is, okay? The two main characters in this book, they are on complete opposite sides of the social status spectrum, okay? The girl is fighting to protect indigenous people's lands and like running a whole like political campaign behind it. Meanwhile, the guy is the son of a man who is running oil companies that are ruining the girl's lands that she's fighting for, okay? And yet somehow that girl and that guy end up connecting multiple times throughout each other's lives. This book has a lot of time jumps, and in every time jump it's at a different point in both of the characters' lives where they end up seeing each other and they realize that like they really want to be together, but it's just not in the cards for them. I think that this book matches style to a T. It's actually kind of insane. Next book that I'm going to be recommending is for the song Out of the Woods. This is also one of my favorite singles. This might be my favorite single off of 1989. Like maybe. I'm gonna have to sit on that, but I think I'm right. I think this is my favorite one. Yet this was the hardest song for me to choose a book rec for because I don't really know what the vibes are with this song. Like even reading the lyrics, I'm kind of just like, what the hell is this song about? I've never actually sat down and thought about it until making this book recommendation video. A book that I would recommend for this song is one of my favorites of this year that I spent forever rambling about in my last book wrap up, I think. Spearcrest Saints by Aurora Reed. This book is about two people who are academic rivals, and the girl is an ice queen who is not allowed to date, and the guy is the nerd of his friend group. His friend group is like part of the popular kids in the school, but he's kind of like not really in it. He's just there for the status. He's known for being one of the smartest people, hence why they are academic rivals, but he's like head over heels for her. Like he's had feelings for her. They have mutually kind of had feelings for each other since they were like 12, and you see this slow burn of their relationship throughout the book, but you know that they can't be together because the girl's dad is insane. Like he's actually crazy. I'm not just saying that to say it. This song is kind of about like a relationship that was meant to fall apart, but yet the two main characters of the song still love each other anyway. They're just waiting for the moment when they can be out of the woods to be together, you know? Because like in the woods there's all of these like challenges and all this shit. The main challenge in this book is basically the fact that, for one, the girl's dad is terrible, and two, she is struggling really badly with her mental health, and those two things are kind of like making the two main characters separate throughout the book yet come back together. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it. I don't think I explained it well at all though, but take my word for it, okay? It's a part of a series, but you can read each one as a standalone. Read this book, okay? Next book I'm recommending is for the song All You Had to Do Was Stay, Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This book is from the Dreamland Billionaire series. I think this book gives off the vibe of the song. It's basically about these two people that used to really love each other back in the day, and then the guy ended up leaving and the girl was like, oh, you're an ass, and so they really lost contact with each other. Then he ends up stumbling back to his family's lake house or whatever to like get the deed for it, and she's still there. She lives there with a kid, and he's like, whoa, I need this house, you don't own it, please leave. But then she gagged him and said, I do. So the whole entire book is him trying to convince her to give him this house that his family owns, but he does not. And while he's living at this house, feelings start to develop, but obviously feelings were already there previously. But the girl is mad that he left. So she's like, all you had to do was stay. We wouldn't be in this situation, really. We wouldn't be having hard feelings towards each other if all you did was stay. If you even gave me a reason, I would have accepted it, but you didn't. You just left me. So yeah, everyone has mixed feelings about this book in the series. Like you either really hate this book or you somewhat like it. I have never heard someone say that they really love this book, but it's a perfect recommendation for this because it's like a second chance romance, but also like the girl is mad that the guy left. Next book recommendation is for another classic, Shake It Off. I'm not the biggest fan of this song. I do not like this song that much, but the book that I'm choosing for it is a really good one. If I can just find it in my pile, that'd be wonderful. Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell by Taj McCoy. This book is so freaking good, okay? It's basically about this girl who deals with a really terrible breakup. Her self-esteem is at an all-time low, and her friends, they work to bring it back up again. And it's basically like a really good book when it comes to like finding who you are again after ending a very long relationship. It's about like not really caring what people think, whether it be like a partner of yours or like other people. Like the main character learns how to find love for herself and not through other people's validations. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think that's kind of the message of the song Shake It Off. And then of course there's a little bit of romance in it, but I think the main message of the book is just loving yourself. Savvy Sheldon feels good as hell. This is the arc, but yeah, it's a really good book. It's actually one of my favorites I read last year. Okay, next book is for the song I Wish You Would. I have mixed feelings about this song. It's not one of my favorites, but like it's okay to me. For the book recommendation, I'm gonna recommend 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I also put this book in my previous video recommendation, so I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about it. But because the song is about like wishing that this person that you love dearly will come back to you and give you all the loving that you missed, is that not this book? It's about these two characters that fell in love within the span of a week when they were teenagers, and then for some reason they ended up getting separated, and 15 years later they're thriving authors, both of them, but they have yet to communicate to each other directly. However, in the books that they write, the characters that they write about are exactly like them, and they know this. They read each other's books. They know that they're writing about each other in their books. The fans don't know, but they know. So when they see each other at a book convention, they're like, oh, this is awkward. And the guy is like slowly trying to get her back. He's upset that he waited so long, and the only goal is to really just get her back. But the girl is just like, no, you should have done this before. I wish you would have done this before, but yet you didn't. And now I'm grown. I have a kid to worry about. Don't bother me. It's a really good book. I would check trigger warnings for this though. Okay, next is a song that's also a classic. We all remember where we were when the video dropped, correct? Bad Blood. This song could easily fit any enemies to lovers book. I wanted to do one that's like best friends to enemies to lovers, okay? Because I think that fits the vibe of this song more, in my opinion. It's another book in the Spearcrest King series, Spearcrest Knight. This book is about two people who were very close friends when they were younger, and then for some reason the guy ended up dropping her as a friend, and not only that, he ended up bullying her like really badly. So now like they hate each other. They don't get along at all. They've got bad blood. They don't want to remedy it. They don't want to fix it. And the entire book is basically like them hating each other up until like maybe the halfway point where they slowly start developing feelings after the girl gets assigned to him as a tutor. Now, because it's a bully romance, I know that's not everyone's thing, okay? So take this recommendation with a grain of salt. I was like you once. I did not mess with bully romance. I still don't, to be honest. This is my first one, and I don't love this book. The other books in this series can go. All I really need is Spearcrest Saints, but I do think this fits the perfect recommendation for this song. The song is basically about like two people who were close that now hate each other, you know? So I feel like enemies to lovers wouldn't do something like this song justice. You have to be friends to enemies to lovers, and that's what this book recommendation is. Okay, next book is one in a series that I love. Okay, not the series, but the book in this series. This book in particular, I absolutely love. I'm recommending Twisted Games for the song Wildest Dreams. Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I think this is such a good book, and it fits the vibe of Wildest Dreams so perfectly because it's about right person, wrong circumstance in a way. The book is about a girl who is a princess of a country, and she has to basically learn how to be a queen in a very fast period of time because her brother was supposed to be king, but he backed out. He was like, no, I want to marry my partner who is not apparently fit for royalty. His sister, the main character, is like, oh crap, okay, I need to learn how to become a queen, cool. And while she's doing that, she slowly starts to develop feelings for her bodyguard, and obviously the bodyguard isn't fit for royalty either. So like it's just a lot of them sneaking around, and it's a lot of pining Even when they're together, they're pining because they know that they can't be together outside of like closed doors, you know? And I think that's what Wildest Dreams really does a good job at depicting. I think it encapsulates that wanting someone so bad, yet also knowing that you can't really have them. How You Get the Girl. This song is cute. I like this song. A book I would recommend for it is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, I think that's the author's name. This book has a main character that loves rom-coms so much that she wants her life to be like one. Like, she knows all the tropes. She knows how a guy is supposed to get the girl in a classic rom-com sort of way, though. That's her vibe. That's what she tries to do throughout the entire book, I kid you not. And I think this song was meant for that main character in that book. I read Better Than the Movies earlier this year. I wasn't like in love with it like I know a lot of people were. I know it was like mainstream on TikTok at one point, but I'm not one of those people. I thought it was cute and fun. Like, it was a cute, fun YA romance. And I think the main character would definitely be like bopping around with this song in her headphones while she pretends to be in a movie. Next song is This Love. For this one, I am recommending Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This love is basically about like being so in love with someone that you know that you'll always find your way back to one another. Like, even if things get rough and unbearable, you're gonna find your way back to each other, not because it's like a situationship of sorts, but because you know that you can't live without this person. Like, they are your person. And that's what Before I Let Go basically is about. It's about the main character, and she's going through a lot of ups and downs after her divorce to the main love interest. They own a restaurant together, so they see each other all the time. They're co-owners of it. Like, they have to see each other. They have kids together. So they remain like cordial with each other. They don't really like go beyond like just respecting one another in their own personal space. But even after they've ended it with each other, they can't help feeling some type of way about each other because they were married for so long. They loved each other for even longer, and they can only see themselves with this person. Like, this love that they feel for each other is so strong that they just know that they're going to end up back with each other. They just don't really know how it would work after everything that they've been through. Next song, I Know Places. Now, this just might be my favorite. Is it my favorite off the album? I think it is. I love this song so freaking much. And what better recommendation for a song I love so much than Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I need to explain how this book fits in with this song. I think if you know, you know, okay? You guys know, if you know, you know. I absolutely love this book, okay? It's about Alex and Henry. Alex is the son of the First Lady of the United States of America, and Henry is a prince of England. Not the only prince of England, but one of them. He is royalty. They've never liked each other. They had some type of like vendetta against each other. They just never got along ever. And then one day they just start having a friends with benefits type of situation, okay? And a lot of sneaking around happens. A lot of like forbidden love things happen where they can't be open about how they feel. They have to run around avoiding paparazzi, avoiding their security guards, avoiding literally everyone. Once this gets out into the public, then there's literally no going back. Like, it'll literally change the course of history. So I Know Places being a song about literally hiding away from people, whether it be like the people you know in your life or the media, whatever, so you can be with this person in private and have your moments with them. Red, White, and Royal Blue, hello. I think I've met your ally. I Know Places, perfect for this book. I don't want to hear anything else. I know I'm right. Next book is for the song Clean. I feel indifferent about Clean. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's kind of just a song that's there. I wouldn't skip it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to play it. The book I would recommend for it is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. Now, this book is about letting go of someone that you know was like really bad for you, that like, you know, you guys don't fit together and you feel like being in a relationship has just been really hard with them, and that when you finally do let them go, you feel clean. You just feel like everything is back to normal, that your life is back and centered. American Marriage by Tayari Jones. This book is about a couple, and they just got married, literally newlyweds, like 5 seconds ago, and then the guy ends up getting sent to jail, wrongfully prosecuted, okay? And so for most of the book, you see them, the girl and the guy, communicating through letters back and forth to each other. But the girl slowly starts getting feelings for her friend while her husband is in jail. And she doesn't want to, obviously, like she feels a lot of guilt, but she also feels like this relationship with her partner is like not good for her. Even before he went to jail, she's always felt like there were signs that this wouldn't really work. And she didn't want to like believe it though, because she did love him. She loved him so much. It's just the fact that due to their circumstances before and now, it's just not good for her to be with him. And so she starts getting feelings for her friend. And when she gets with that friend, she just feels a lot better. She feels like she can finally breathe again. So yeah, An American Marriage by Tyree Jones. This book is really good. I read it when I was in England. This is actually the UK cover. Really, really good book. Highly recommend it. Okay, we have 3 more songs, guys. I swear I'm gonna try to make this very quick. So the next song, oh, maybe this is my favorite. I totally forgot about Wonderland. Maybe this is my favorite. I freaking love Wonderland, okay? So the recommendation for it that I'm gonna give is A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. This book was really cute when I first read it. I think I read it last year for the first time, and that's because of the movie announcement that came out with Kit Connor and the girl from Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin. I read it because of that, but I ended up really enjoying it. Like, it was a really cute book. This book is about a girl who's going through a really great depression, okay? She's so freaking sad. She lost her grandma, she lost her best friend, and her parents are feeling the vibes that something's off. So they send her off to live with her aunt and uncle in the UK, where she starts like kind of running their bakery at the inn that they own. That's something that she really wanted to do, was own her grandma's bakery after her grandma passed away, but she's just not in the right headspace for it. So she goes over there, starts kind of running their bakery, and meets this one guy, this one British lad who she is really smitten with. And it's about them basically living in La La Land. Like, yeah, she's only there for a summer, so they know that like what they have is gonna end very soon, but they don't want it to. They're just like very caught up in Wonderland. Like, it sounds great right now, but then when I leave, then what? Because she has to go back home. I highly recommend it. It's a very cute, cozy, quick read. Okay, You Are in Love. This is also a really, really cute song. Not my favorite, but it's a cute song and it just has really cute vibe. What other book that I have on my shelf that's cute other than Heartstopper? I've talked about this series so many times to the point where like why even reiterate what I've been saying for like the past like 5 videos. But Heartstopper is about this boy named Charlie who ends up developing a friendship with a rugby lad, Nicholas. The friendship slowly turns into a relationship, and it's just a really cute story about falling head over heels for someone, like the partner, the person that you are meant to be with, in the process of that, you know? Like, after feeling like you are not worth it, after feeling like you will never meet that person, you end up stumbling upon them and you just feel really happy on the inside. That's what Heartstopper is. Literally, that is it. And I think that this is really, really cute for the song. I think these go hand in hand. Someone make like a fan edit of clips of Heartstopper with this song and I will love you forever. I kid you not. Last but not least, we have the song New Romantics. Also a favorite of mine. Love this song so much. I think the perfect recommendation for it would be Loveless by Alice Oseman. I really like New Romantics because it doesn't even give like a love song type of vibe. It gives like kind of a found family type of vibe. Like when you find your people, your crew, and you know that you really don't need anyone else in the world but your crew. It's like a platonic love song, in my opinion. That's what I've always thought of New Romantics. Like, it's the song that you sing with your friend. Loveless by Alice Oseman. That's what this is. It's about this girl who is struggling to figure out her sexuality. She has no idea why she doesn't fit in with everyone else when it comes to liking people romantically. Like, she's never felt that ever. However, her friendships that she has are solid. She loves her friends so much, but she just feels like such an outcast. Well, especially when she starts going to college, she just feels like she doesn't really know what to do with herself, how to be herself in a crowd that doesn't really seem like they would accept her. But as she continues making friends in college and getting to know more people, she realizes that platonic love is just as good as romantic love. And these people that she surrounds herself with are the only ones that she needs to make her happy. The character is on the asexual spectrum, so if you're interested in stories like that, I highly recommend this one. It's not my favorite book of Alice Oseman's, but I think that the story was well done in my opinion. But I think that this is a really good story, and I think it fits the New Romantics vibe so well, because the found family in this book, the friendships in this book, way too good, way too good. Alice knew that she ate with that. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, thank you. Let me know your favorite song off of 1989, including the vault tracks on Taylor's version, because I'm sure by the time this comes out, I would have listened to all of it. So let me know what you think of my book recs. What books would you recommend for the album? Let me know. If you'd like to interact with me, you can do it on Twitter. I mostly interact on Twitter. But if you'd like to follow me on all my other social medias, they will be linked down in the description below. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.